It's hard to have two black cats.
Mm.
Oh, I saw there's a beer out here. There's a beer out here. They have two black cats in a brewery. I would assume for like rats and stuff. But it's two black cats, and one's name is Gary.
Mm.
And
Gary Payton.
And then the other one's name is Gary.
Oh, two Gary.
So
Two black Garys.
Yeah.
You know, all black cats look the same anyways.
Yeah.
Black cats.
And the guy's like, yeah, you kind of just don't know which one you're talking to. He's like, how do you tell which Gary's that Gary?
Mm.
You don't.
Yeah, Gary, I don't know. Black cat, I usually trust black cats. I don't know something about them. I'm not superstitious, but, you know.
They're witches.
Something about a black cat, it's just, they're mischievous.
I feel like they're not, though. Like, I know a lot of people that have black cats, and they're... No, now that I'm thinking about it...
They're always up to something. They're up to something. Not in like I'm inferring any kind of racial tension here. They're more like mischievous, like Loki, not like a black person.
They don't steal from you.
No, I didn't say that. But like, you know, they're knocking things over. They're sneak attacking you.
Since I said that, should I mention that we have a black guy in the room?
Hey, my uncle had a black cat birdhouse that me and my brother used to always go and pee in the little hole. But it was always above us, so we had to try and get into it, and we got older and it got easier.
This, you know, that seems like a very white response for being a black correspondent, if I'm being honest.
So you had a black cat birdhouse?
Yeah.
A black cat birdhouse?
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that a cat house?
No, it's for birds.
It's for birds?
Was it like it looked like a black cat?
Yep.
Wouldn't birds be afraid of that?
Yep.
So birds were like, I'm going to live inside this cat.
I mean,
not only that, if the birds got in, they'd get pissed on. but that's weird to make a birdhouse. That's like making a scarecrow and putting a whole bunch of like bird feed in it.
Psyop, dude.
One of the craziest psyop. This guy's like, I'm going to piss on this psyop.
I'm going to pee on... It's all just a ploy to piss on the birds, too.
Hey, you ever see Kanye West in that black Klansman outfit?
No, I haven't. I haven't yet.
Absolutely crazy.
You walked the cat. The cat has walked. The cat has walked.
You know how, like, the crazy part is, like, underneath that? Like, people are like, oh, this outfit's crazy, but underneath it, he's naked.
Are you not supposed to wear you don't wear a Klansman?
Oh, no, yeah. You're not supposed to wear a Klansman.
You're not supposed to wear the Klansman outfit at all.
No, I don't think you are.
But do you wear the undergarments if you're putting on the outfit?
Yeah, but there's no outfit worse than just pulling your cock out.
That is a fair. That is a fair. Which is worse, cock out, or would you rather walk 6th Street with your dick out or in a Klansman outfit?
Dude,
that's a good question. Now that's a question for the people.
The Klansman outfit is gonna be able to, like, I mean, you can run.
You can run with your dick out.
Your face is cut, yeah, but your face isn't covered. There's cameras. At least if you have the Klansman outfit, you could just, no one knows who's actually under there.
Where are we gonna find a 4X Klansman outfit?
Trust me, they make.
Oh, they have. I bet they
fucking
exclusively come in 4X. That's so dumb. But no, I wouldn't. I think just for the culture, I'd have to go dick out.
No, you don't want that. That's a like sexual like predator.
I don't know which is worse for 2025, being a sexual predator
or being racist. Probably the sexual predator.
Yeah.
Society, huh?
Unless you're like a preschool teacher, and you're all right.
No, imagine being a preschool teacher.
I could never be a preschool teacher.
Well, it's not even a real teacher, so.
All right, that's a weird stance. It's a weird deal to be like.
It's not, dude.
That's
just babysitting. That's like saying, like, my aunt that babysitted me when I was 4 was a preschool teacher.
She probably taught you some things.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Can I ask you guys a question? How come trans people only work as retail workers or preschool teachers?
I'm sure they're trans.
They don't teach
do other jobs.
They don't
truck drivers.
teach preschool. They just read the books.
Yeah, look hot doing it.
Well, that's... You came in hot, like you were upset at the trans, but you're also attracted to the trans.
I didn't say that. Somebody putting cocks in my mouth.
Wait, were you looking at me? Wait, me?
Him.
Oh, him?
Not
you.
You.
Stared at me
Sorry.
saying it.
Sorry.
So I was like,
off camera. You
huh.
You didn't make any real comment on the trans.
Dude, I was at work and...
How to get fired? How to get fired?
I was at work and there's a trans woman who works there with us because that's totally acceptable.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you can do that. And
all right.
And they were in the bathroom, and a guy walks out of the bathroom and comes up to me, and he's like, "The crazy, you want to hear something funny? I went in there, and there's a lady in there, and I thought I was in the wrong bathroom. Isn't that hilarious?" I was like, I don't really have anything to say about that. So I hope you find your eggs and milk.
Yeah, I don't know, like, I'm gonna name drop, one of my favorite old comedian friends from Detroit, he had this joke, where he's from this open mic, and he's like, one time a guy came in and said the N-word, which is really bad, but he's like, but one time a guy came in and dropped, like, the hard Y, like, for trans people, you know what I mean?
Oh, okay.
The hard Y. Because we're supportive of every community in this podcast, for the most part.
Except cat haters.
Except cat haters. And he was like, look, I've gotten my ass beat before, but I don't want to lose my job.
Yeah.
Andy McFarlane, absolute stud.
Yeah, I don't know what he expected me to say in that moment.
But yeah.
I was wearing the name tag. Like...
Yeah, I don't know. What would you say if you weren't wearing the name tag? I'm just joking.
I'd be like, I gotta get my eyes on this thing.
Jesus. Yeah.
Hey, you know when they say, like, there's a time when your dad just puts you down and doesn't pick you back up anymore?
Okay.
Remember that time when your gay uncle stops tickling you and never tickles you again?
I don't have a gay uncle.
Oh.
My uncles are strictly against tickling.
Yeah, my uncles, we'd wrestle. Like, you ever get the shit beat out of you by an uncle at a family gathering?
My uncles are like, jiu-jitsu kickboxer guys. Like, you go to their house and they have all their trophies and stuff from their kickboxing championships.
You got some tough uncles.
My uncle is my gay uncle has he had like MS. And it's like fucking with his memory. I've been gaslighting him. He's really cool, but I've been gaslighting him until that he molested me.
That's insane.
He's really cool, though.
Why do you master gaslighter over here?
Well, I mean, I thought it was funny.
That is kind of funny.
That is a little funny.
Yeah.
But, no.
Does he feel bad about it? Is he like, fuck, did I do that?
He's not even there enough to, like, recall anything. So I'm just kind of just throwing things at him, like, hey, bro, remember that time you molested me? And he's just like, huh?
Jesus Christ.
He's like, what?
You have to answer to God for that one, bro.
That's crazy that he has to think about it. Instead of just being like, no, that never happened. He's like,
what?
Huh?
He's like, trying to go back, like, did I? I think I did. I don't think I...
What other crazy things?
I have an uncle that was addicted to heroin.
Oh, shit.
He was, because now he's
rehabilitated now?
He's passed.
Oh, he's passed?
Yeah. Uncle Adam.
That counts as rehabilitation, right?
One time's a fun Uncle Adam story. So, you know, like my iconic red hair, right? It's kind of like my thing.
Yeah.
He gave me a haircut when I was 8, when he was like he got his life together a little bit. He's like, I'm going to be a barber, right? Everyone's like, all right. So he went to go give me a haircut in the basement at Thanksgiving. And I moved my head, and he had to zero out my hair. Because he, like, fucked up, you know what I'm saying?
He was building Klansmen in his basement.
So, I came outstairs completely bald. My family called me Uncle Fester for, like, 2 years.
Oh, that one sucks.
That's a pretty traumatic moment in my life. I'm shocking that was...
Can I tell you one more thing about my...
Of course you can.
We had like Ancestry.com where we found family that we didn't know about, and that like split up during like the Great Depression.
Oh.
And then they had like a big family reunion, and I was like, sweet. And then like all of a sudden they were like putting out food, everyone was eating food, but nobody was eating this one cheesecake. And I was like, why is nobody eating a cheesecake? And they're like, oh, Vincent made that. Like, and he never washes his hands. And I was like, oh, that's pretty fucking gross because he's like 80 something. But I'm like, I felt bad because I'm like, I'm just meeting everybody. I don't want to just ignore this guy's cheesecake, but I kind of ate the whole thing. You know, out of like. You know,
I can relate to
good old Uncle Black Hand's cheesecake.
Well, dude, like a half hour later, like something came up, and I was just feeling so sick. Like this actually happened. I was just like, all of a sudden, like Vincent was getting kicked out of the party.
Oh no!
Because he molested my other cousin like 50 years ago. And I'm like, bro, when you said he didn't wash his hands, like you could have been like super. Like you could have told me a little bit more. Like I had to wait like a half hour to find out. Like that's the closest I ever got to being molested.
Yeah, gaslight your one uncle into thinking he molested you, but it was really
a cousin Vincent.
Uncle Dirty Hands.
You talk about it enough to where it feels like someone did.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And they didn't.
Yeah.
They didn't wash their hands after.
Are you not washing your hands for 50 years after diddling somebody? That's probably why. Probably why he never washed his hands.
Oh, it's
people
like meeting a celebrity.
For 50 years, like their whole life before. Like before, like 1950.
Yeah, they didn't shower. That's an interesting fact that may or may not be true, but it's coming to my head. That the reason we called natives savages is because they showered in rivers.
Really?
Yeah. And like early settlers didn't shower, so they're like, look at these savages, they're always naked.
Just white guys have never had the confidence to walk around naked. It just never has.
Yeah.
It's never been it for us. We've never had that ability. Because, never mind.
Someone told me that the shower heads are all low in Austin because people were shorter. And it's like, it's not that old of a building.
This was built in the 80s.
Yeah. That's just bad engineering, really.
Not even that. That was like 40 years ago. And it's like to my neck. It's a disgrace.
They were like, it's the nutrients. Like, they didn't know we had to eat certain things. Like, kids were malnourished and shorter. It's like, all right.
And they say
apartment complex.
Do you really do heroin?
What?
No. I don't think anyone mentioned.
No, at your comedy set earlier, you said you did heroin.
Oh, no, I've never done heroin.
Oh, okay.
No.
That's good news. Breaking news.
I have snorted meth once because someone told me it was cocaine.
This podcast is taking a turn today.
It's a good episode. It's a good EP2, man.
Dude, you gotta go from I'm telling you, bro, you gotta try heroin. Don't inject it because that's crazy.
Don't do heroin. I'm gonna argue against
Give it a chance.
No, I'm gonna argue.
Give it a couple
Let's
of
see who can win me over.
It's never.
Do I not do heroin?
Like Clint Eastwood.
Clint Eastwood. It's like that scene from Pulp Fiction where John Travolta's driving down the car because
pretty much
driving down the road in the car because he's on heroin. Is that a good representation of like what heroin feels like?
Yeah,
that scene.
I was coasting on my bicycle and it was just getting nice out in like the spring. Coasting on like a nice like little decline. Felt like I felt like I was flying. Felt like I had flying demon power. This is sweet.
Flying demon power.
Yeah.
That's important. You put demon on. What about it is demonic?
Oh, bro, it was like
it's not natural. You shouldn't feel that good.
It was more along like a color spectrum. It felt red.
It felt red.
Yeah, it felt real red.
So you tell me the devil's in heroin? I believe that.
Yeah. Every time you
do
heroin, you're actually flying with the devil.
I'm sure heroin is fun. That's why people.
It is very addictive.
Sure, it teaches you not to give a shit about anything.
Besides,
it's not a good thing to learn.
Heroin.
That's not a good thing to learn.
It gives you one main goal, and that's to
get more heroin.
Yep. And do more heroin.
I'm just gonna say this here: don't do heroin.
Definitely don't do heroin, and then make sure if you get cocaine, that you trust the guy because it'll probably be meth.
It's too hard to get heroin these days. Everything's fentanyl.
Yeah, that's the same thing with any drug, I feel like. That's why I don't try not to do drugs anymore, because
I don't do drugs, really.
Mm-hmm. Just smoke.
Smoke some weed. Grandma, I still don't do drugs. Not lying. I
like alcohol.
I don't. I haven't really gotten drunk down here. I was talking about getting drunk the other day, and then I ended up not getting drunk.
If you get drunk, there's definitely a blackout day for me.
Why? Wait.
Because
so if I get drunk, you have to get blackout drunk? That's insane.
I just feel like that's how it would work like that. Like, I get drunk, and then you're not drinking. But if it's like, oh, Mason's, like, if you come up to me and you're like, we're going to get fucked up today.
I'm just going to show up fucked up, I think. And you're going to have to catch up.
That's a great idea.
That way you don't get blackout drunk.
Yeah.
I've thought about it.
See, this was...
Yeah,
you're like, Anthony's definitely going to be there, but how do we
make it so he gets just a little drunk?
Yeah.
And
that's a fantastic idea.
I know. I'm just joking. Maybe one day.
But if you were to black out, who's gonna stop you?
No one. That's the thing. Like I learned that at a pretty young age. To where like if I get blackout drunk, like nobody can do anything. Like,
are you like a get sick drunk? Like you're gonna be on the toilet, or are you like I'm awake?
So this is an iconic. This is an iconic Mason Bird. This is the reason I stopped drinking in high school, like at all. Like I really stopped drinking hardcore. It was my best friend's graduation party. Blake Horvath, shout out Blake. He's 6'5".
Look
he's
at
having
Mason
a kid.
now.
Anyways, I went to his house and I wore a shot necklace and I drank like half a bottle of Jägermeister, and this is where they got me. I drank a full bottle of Burnett's watermelon.
Oh shit!
It was so bad. I was so fucked up. I just remember I blacked out and I just remember screaming like, "Oh my god!" and just like throwing up in the bathroom. And apparently I like ripped the toilet out of the ground.
Oh yeah.
And there was flooding, and no one could get in the bathroom because I was too fat to like open the door. It was like lodged between me.
Yeah, you pulled the toilet out of the ground, fell on the door, and just.
So I'm
surprised you didn't drown.
I could have drowned in like 2 inches of water, but
yeah.
I have really broad shoulders, so we're good. So. Anyways, they extended my skinniest friend, Jeremiah.
To slide under the door?
Yeah, and he and I just remember, I wake up to him beating the shit out of me to wake up. Like, he's UFC grounded pounding me, wake up, wake up.
It's like that last scene in The Matrix where they're fighting in the rain.
Yeah, and
it's just water everywhere.
And then my best friend's dad, Norman, I still talk to Norman. I have Norman's phone number. I love Norman. He's a goat. Norman's one of the best to ever do it. He just wakes up. I just hear him going, "Mason, go the fuck out of the bathroom." And I remember going, this is the last thing I remember, is I was like, "For Norman!" And then I stand up, walk 5 feet into the laundry room, and sleep for 10 hours, soaking wet. And then I woke up the next day, and he made me White Castle to throw up. And I threw up so much.
White Castle is amazing. We just got those in Phoenix.
Ooh, White Castles have been a treat in the Midwest for a while.
But I'll be honest, I think, personally, my opinion is that, the White Castle burgers you buy from, Walmart and, Walgreens are better than the ones you get from the actual store.
I disagree.
Something about it, dude. I don't know.
You've never had a crave case before, have you?
I have. No, but trust me, when they opened those White Castles in Phoenix and Scottsdale, it was bananas, dude. It's hard not to stop.
Can I ask you something about something that's hard not to stop?
Yeah.
Have you ever put your dick in a bottle?
No.
Have that Powerade bottle? That one's a little small.
That specific Powerade bottle?
Did
you stick your dick in the bottle when we were looking?
Bigger bottles. You ever put your dick in a bottle, one of those 5-gallon jugs?
To pee, maybe.
No.
I pissed in a Gatorade bottle. I'm a man.
Yeah, but you don't put your whole
8x11 picture of your ex-girlfriend on the 5-gallon jug and start plowing the water bottle.
Nice.
It's pretty good.
I can't say I've done that. I can't say I have.
It doesn't solve all the problems.
No, you're still.
I'm sure it doesn't. I'm certain it doesn't.
Just alleviates them for 3 days.
When you did this, do you have this water bottle separate from all the other?
The funniest part is
you return the water bottle after.
You return it later.
Damn.
Nah, I'm just playing this wink wink.
I don't think you are playing, because my kids are.
We broke some pretty cool traffic laws on the way over here.
Jesus, what did you do?
Well, he pulls up beside me in his white van, with Scooby-Doo drawn on the side of it. It's a pretty good painting of Shaggy and Scooby-Doo.
This guy's terrifying. The more I learn about him, the more I'm scared. He won't sit down. He's been standing the whole time.
And then, yeah.
He didn't sit down. When you left for 10 minutes, he stood the whole time.
Yeah, he's a big stander. I'm surprised we've kept him here this long. Usually he's like, I gotta go walk the 8 dogs.
Yeah, I thought about it, and then I was like, you know what? If I go home now, I'm going to have to go clean up a pile of shit. But if I wait, then my housemates will do it.
You got housemates?
Yeah, they're getting mad.
Yeah, you have 8 dogs. I'd be pissed.
Not my problem.
It's literally your problem.
Not right now. While I'm here, it's not my problem.
Yeah, because if you walk in, like if I walked in here and there was a shit
that'd be
on
insane.
the floor.
She's never missed a box. She's never not went to the bathroom in the box. That's the best part about her.
Yeah, cats are not supposed to, but sometimes they do.
If they're upset,
I've been in people's houses and it's like, you got a shit in the middle of the floor. Probably clean that up.
That's funny.
But if I had a roommate that had a cat and they pooped, I wouldn't leave it for you.
No, I wouldn't either. You can't leave poop on. You can't leave shit on the ground.
Because then you're like, oh, your cat or your dog.
Sometimes though, you ever deal with a dog shit? Like cat shit's usually got a nice little pile, right?
Yeah, it's not that hard to clean
but
up.
Like sometimes a dog shit can get messy. Fat. If they have runny diarrhea and they're scared, dude, and they're just in the house running around diarrheaing everywhere, and you're just like, this ain't even my fucking dog. And you're like, this ain't
yeah, how could you hate cats, dude? One of my roommate's dogs when I lived in Seattle, just like backed up into the wall and did exactly what I won't even mention it again. Exactly what Mason was saying that dogs do. Fucking on the wall.
Funny. That's so fucking
That's
funny.
something you leave.
That's so fucking funny.
You leave it for the owner.
Oh my god. There's some special shits you leave for the owner.
You're like, hey.
There's some special ones.
I don't think if I cleaned this up, you would have believed it happened. That is terrible.
That's so...
Don't get a dog if it...
That's so funny.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Don't get a dog if you live in an apartment. That's a hot take right there.
I love dog. I'd love to have a dog, but I don't think she would allow it. She's a one animal kind of. She gets really sassy with other animals.
Yeah. Plus, like a cat can take care of itself in an apartment. A dog's too needy.
She's pretty needy. Look at her. Oh.
Let's see what's on the whiteboard.
Of discussion.
The last 5. Let's just start at the top. Did you hear about the pyramids in Egypt?
I've heard about them.
That's crazy stuff.
So I think it's impossible that the humans built them with the technology we think they have. It doesn't mean humans didn't build them with technology that was lost.
Sliding them down. How did they do it? They slid they pushed them or something?
They say they roped them up and got 200 people to drag them 500 miles.
Yeah, the Jews drag blocks of limestone on logs.
Yeah, and they would roll them or something. Or it was something with sliding.
That's how you know they control the history books.
The what?
That's how you know they control history, because they've taken credit for the entire building of the pyramids.
Well,
nobody knows how the pyramids were built, but by the way, it was the Jews.
There's other cultures who built pyramids though, like Machu Picchu.
Yeah.
And
as a Mexican, you would think I'd know the names of the pyramids.
Did they? I don't think.
Well, I'd like to believe that they're just kind of when you're playing a video game and you leave the map somehow and you just travel down nothing until you find another map that they never released. And it's just the outline of that map. I'd like to think the pyramids are like that, where the creator built them and was yeah, I'm not gonna put people here, I'm not gonna put people in the middle of a desert, and then he put us somewhere else and then we just found them and we're who built these? But really we just traveled.
It used to not be a desert 2,000 years ago. It used to be a very lush forest.
Oh man.
You think God wants the Los Angeles Angels to score right now?
I don't know how much money you win. I want them to score so that we can go get food after this.
No, I need the Guardians to score, bro. I got both sides. Took the under and the over.
How do you do? Why? What's that for?
You take under and the over, you can't lose.
You can't.
No.
Because you have to pay the 5.
This is top secret shit. This is how you Warren Buffett these books.
But you lose $5 on the juice.
No, the thing is, I'm either gonna win $186 or I'm gonna lose $155. So either way.
Don't smoke heroin and don't. Can you smoke? You can smoke heroin, right?
Huh?
Don't do heroin, and if you have gambling
Hey, you want to
problems,
hear what this fine gentleman is doing for our dinner? I won money gambling, so I'm taking him out to
he's
dinner.
taking us out to fish.
And he invites 2 women.
Steak.
Bringing him out to dinner, and he goes, "Bro, guess what? I'm bringing bitches."
I don't think I called them bitches.
Real cool.
He probably called them bitches. I'm just joking. I don't know.
No, but I think I was like, I'm bringing 2. I say ladies for some reason. You said
that's almost creepier.
Ladies is worse.
Like I'm bringing 2 ladies.
I'm bringing 2 ladies. I've checked. They're ladies.
Yeah, people at my job are like, "Oh, so you're going on a double date?" I
wouldn't consider it a double date. They're just friends.
Damn.
You wanted it to be a double date?
Everybody.
Well, you can still tell people that it's a double date. I mean, you could say technically it is, but it's just like 2 friends.
Well, like I was saying that I only date deaf women.
You only date deaf
women?
women?
If they're not deaf, I'm not interested.
Why?
I need the noises. Once you had the noises, bro, there's no other way.
This guy's a sexual freak, dude. This guy's...
I need the noises.
The noises.
Hey, all these bitches, they all say they're different.
That's how you know I didn't call women bitches, because you just called them bitches.
I don't know. The more he's talking, the more I'm like, you probably did just call them ladies.
I know. Exactly.
But
I said that. I'm saying I'm inviting 2 very nice ladies that are a lot of fun to hang out with. And and then this guy's like telling everyone at work, "I'm going on a double date with some bitches."
There's a dichotomy.
We're getting
man.
fish.
We're getting fish with some bitches. That is fun.
We got 50 seconds. Any last words? Thank you, Autumn, Alex.
Yeah, bro.
I've got 2 names from this.
Heroin, unless you got some, you're gonna share it.
2 What name do you prefer to go by?
Shoot. It's full count. 2 out. Bases juice.
All right,
Come
Alex / Autumn's gonna win some money hopefully, and then we're gonna go get fish tomorrow. Mason?
I don't get any fish or bitches.
He walked them.
I don't get any.
He walked them.
If one of the
He walked them.
If one of the ladies doesn't show up.
Yo, I heard
Joke. I'll get
we don't have enough time. We need to give him a free giveaway for your podcast.
No, we don't. We've nothing.
We got
to
you on a
give away.
slice of salmon.
We'll give away a half pound of salmon.
Yeah, on Alex's tab.
To our first subscriber.
A half pound of salmon.
A half pound of salmon.
Yeah, we should send them.
I'll send it from HEB.
All right.